The last time Penn State and Illinois met, we needed a record 9 overtimes to decide a winner. I don't think anybody thinks it's going to take that long this go around. Is this one as easy as it looks, or can the Fighting Illini make a game out of it? Let's figure that out right now here on WagerTalk TV, and I'll be giving out a free winner on this game momentarily. Now, we all know Penn State is one of the top teams of the country, but Illinois, let's focus on them right now. They've had issues both sides of the ball. Pretty fortunate not to be 0-2 coming into this Big Ten opener. They were lucky to escape Toledo at home in the season opener. Needed a last-second field goal for the win. Then last week on a Friday night in Lawrence, Kansas, Brett Bielema's team down by as many as 27. It was ugly in a hurry. They did make a game of it late, but a bit of a game of it late, but still did not get the cover. Illinois' defense was a strength last year, but they have allowed 955 total yards and 6.3 yards per play in the first 2 games of 2023. Remember, they lose some key players, not to mention their coordinator. Ryan Walters is off as the new head coach at Purdue. Still early, but clearly this does not look like the same defense we saw last year in Champaign-Urbana, particularly against the run, because Toledo and Kansas averaged 5.2 yards per carry and have combined for 448 yards rushing against this Illinois defense. This seems like a major problem going against Penn State, who ran for 315 yards last week, albeit against FCS Delaware. But against a bit of a stronger opponent, an actual FBS team, West Virginia, Penn State did average 4.3 yards per carry. Now, the Illini secondary also struggled against Kansas. It wasn't just the running game, stopping the running game. Kansas had a number of explosive plays last Friday and also converted 9 of 13 on third down. You're simply not going to win many football games, let alone cover, when the opponent's going 9 for 13 on third down. On offense, let's just keep rolling out with these Illinois issues, everybody. They had to punt on each of their first 4 possessions on Friday. That contributed as well to that early 34-7 hole they faced. Predictably, when you look at the market here, obviously, there was a move to Penn State initially. This number got as high as minus 16, but interestingly, there has been some buyback on the Illini. Looking at the WagerTalk.com odds screen, we are looking pretty much 14s across the board as of Monday afternoon, so somebody thinks the Illini can make a game of this. Now, the last time these teams met was 2021, 2 years ago, when Penn State, just as they are now, was ranked top 10 in the country. They went on the road, and a 2-5 Illinois team pulled the 2018 upset in college football's first ever 9 overtime game. Yes, 20-18 was the final despite 9 overtimes. That game was actually in State College, pardon me. It was not here in Illinois, so I misspoke there earlier. That was in State College. But here in Champaign, Penn State is 3-1 straight up in ATS all-time, including a 63-24 win in their last visit where they scored the game's final 42 points. I think a lot of people have a feeling this one could be a lot more like that last trip here to Champaign, not that 9 overtime game we saw in State College 2 years ago. That's because James Franklin's been pretty ruthless so far. He made sure to cover the spread against West Virginia in the season opener. Then it was 63-7 over Delaware last week with a 541-140 edge in total yards and a 34-5 edge in first down. Time of possession for the Nittany Lions, over 42 minutes. Only 38 points after 9 overtimes was quite the win for underbettors in that last meeting, but looking at the total for Saturday's rematch, we got as high as 50 before the market went back down to 48. We're at 49 as of Monday afternoon, and note that more than 50% of college football games this season have gone over the total so far with an average of 54.5 points per game scored. Typically, when you've got a desperate home team getting 2 touchdowns, I'd look to back them. But under the circumstances here, I just can't with the Fighting Illini. If the spread is in question late, James Franklin has already demonstrated he's not afraid to run up the score. Therefore, my recommendation here is to take the over. Given the Illini's defensive woes we've seen so far, I think Penn State is certainly capable of scoring 35 to 40 points in this one. And if they do that, then this should be an easy over, as the home dog should find the end zone a couple of times as well. Who do you think covers the spread? And do you think the game goes over the total as well? Let me know in the comments section here on YouTube. And as always, if you're enjoying this content, do us a favor. Go ahead, smash that like button. And if you want to be alerted with any of our betting content, go ahead and subscribe to the WagerTalk YouTube channel as we release betting picks and predictions for every sport you can think of every single day. Now, if you're interested in more trends, game breakdowns, and picks, go ahead, check out this next game video.